Right guys, we're on the road trip. Woo! The fellow wooer is Flesh Terror.
01. Hello!
Oh, that's close above your face. Oh, that's... I've got the shakes now, that was a terrifying experience. So, me and Flesh Terror 01, that rattling you can hear back there, if you can hear it guys, is because we have a car packed full of Warhammer. We have 30,000 points of stuff that will blow poo up in the car, which makes us sound a little bit like terrorists, but never mind. So we're off to Warhammer World for a big apocalypse game, 40k a side. So Flesh Terror 01 and myself, we're taking Chaos along with PG Pete, as he's commonly known, because he's not PG. So that's 40k of Chaos, and then we're going up against Eldar, Blood Angels, Grey Knight. Who else are we going up against?
Space Wolves.
Oh, Space Pooches.
Salamanders possibly as well.
So who's got Salamanders?
Dave's possibly taking some Salamanders.
Possibly some Space Lizards. We got some Dark Eldar possibly as well. Lots of stuff basically guys, so it's going to be a big day. I'm going to do a walk.
We will out-titan them.
We are going to out-titan them. What's brilliant is because this has been planned for a little while, we've kind of put stuff in motion. So I've got my 4 Warhounds, Flesh Terror's got 1, then I've got my Reaver, which you'll have seen on my channel, but also what our opponents don't know is that we've managed to borrow Templar Crusade 01's Warlord Titan. So we're literally going to roll up and just go, and Titan. So we got 6, 7 Titans on the board for our side, and then they're going to have a Reaver, a Warhound, and a Phantom. Is that all?
Possibly a Revenant as well.
Oh, possibly one of those, yeah, little Transformer Revenant ones. But yeah, so we're going to kick them in the crotch. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a manic day. I'm going to do a bit of a walk around. Matt, what are you looking forward to?
Looking forward to seeing which table we get to play on, because 40,000 points aside is, you have to excuse me looking at the road as well.
Yeah, the whole driving thing.
Yeah, 40,000 points aside is quite a lot, so interesting to see what table we actually get to play with.
Yeah, any particulars you want to go for?
Don't know, to be honest. Ruined Fortress is a nice table.
Yeah, it's a nightmare to play on though.
Yeah.
No, cover, what is this cover? Well, we'll have to see guys. I'm going to do another video when I get there, just we'll do some walk around so you can see what it is. So if you've never been to Warhammer World, you can see what it's all about. And then we've got our game, which I'll be doing turn by turn. And yeah, and then we'll be coming home, and I will be sleeping for a week, because it's just early starts are not fun. I don't believe in this whole 7 o'clock in the morning thing. This is just unacceptable in life.
7 o'clock in the morning?
Oh,
you had the lion.
Well, Flesh Terror has kids, so lions for him are something that never happens, but other people have. So anyway, speak to you soon guys, take it easy. Hi guys, here we are at Warhammer World. We have arrived. Outside of the gaming hall is the castle with Warhammer World store just there. And a huge amount of tables to play on. Is Flesh Terror. Hello Flesh Terror. This is really zoomed in and I can't figure out how to unzoom it.
Why do you keep zooming in?
I can't, it's not zoomed, it's just zoomed. It's already zoomed.
Zoomed.
Okay, so we have Pete, who is our fellow Iron Warrior. Hello Pete. Then we have Patrick, who's our White Scar. Angels, is it Shadow Angel 88? Yes indeed, Shadow Angel 88, who is our Blood Angel player, and our other player is called David. So they are just setting up now. Now we've already set up now. I'm going to have to take a few steps back for this, because we start at that end with the Warlord and a slow pan of all of our stuff. So this is 15k from Flesh Terror and myself, and 10k from Pete, and there is absolutely tons guys. Now it's quite a satisfying sight just with the Titans, but then you look at the rest of it. So the good guys are looking a little bit daunted, but they seem to be holding most of their stuff in reserve so it doesn't get shot to poo in the first turn, which is a reasonably sound tactic, but I'm not sure they're going to have anything left after the first turn on the board, which is concerning. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll come back to you at the end of turn 1 for whoever gets it, and we'll go from there. See you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, we've come to the end of turn 1, so we've done setup, we've done turn 1. The Chaos players got to deploy first, and the good guys didn't steal the initiative. This is the table after turn 1, so there's a little bit of explaining to do. So first of all, we had all of our Titans along here, and good guys, being cowardly, decided to leave all of their reserves over there. So no Titans, nothing. So we spent a turn blatting away, Warlord killed, Mephiston. Yeah, there wasn't a great deal to kill, but we killed a fair whack of it. We had 3 Doomsday devices, one there, one there, one there, and we will come to those in a moment. And we had all the tanks and whatnot along here. So we did a fair bit of blasting away, killed a fair bit. Really only that came on in their turn was their drop pod. So to start with, we had several drop pods come in, nuked 3 Titans originally. One of them went apocalyptic and left this massive explosion here, and left the Warlord on only 6 hull points, or 12 hull points or 3 structure points, which is a little bit worrying. No, more than that, 4 hull points, 4 structure points, and just wiped out loads here. Then also the Reaver went, but we found out that they could only have deep struck half of their drop pod, so we rolled randomly for it. Back the Reaver came, which is really cool. Loads of shooting went on, taking chips out of us. Fair few of our tanks died over there. Our Scorpion got taken down in combat. You know, loads of stuff went on along here. As you can see, they're pretty spaced out with the stuff they've got. We lost 2 Contemptor Dreadnoughts over there. If I miss anything really important, good guys, let me know.
Yeah.
So this man here is a little bit bitter. So we had a Doomsday device here, and so he insulted it and assaulted it, and then proceeded to blow it up and roll double 6 on the Doomsday device, which, as the rules state, everything within 66 is removed, which includes scenery, models without an invulnerable save, pretty much everything. So there was a fair few models here. They're all dead. There was 2 Land Raiders here. There were Land Raiders, there were Dreadnoughts, Command Squad's taking some hits. The Wolf... pretty much... Oh, there you go. That is what it took out with a 66 radius. So that little bit there, that is all from that 66. So thank you very much.
Apart from that. You didn't get it.
So that was an impressive turn. It's been a turn of real drama. My favourite bit personally so far has been the Stern Guard doing what they do best. The elite, the Space Marines, drop podding right into the middle of the horde. So Dell's Shadow Angel, 88's Blood Angels, David's Space Wolves and Blood Angels, drop podding right into the middle, right next to the Terminators, and combi melting them and taking out 2. It says everything to me about what Space Marines. So any favourite bits so far, guys, for you?
Blowing up your Reaver.
Blowing up my Reaver, but it came back. There it is, look. Hello, little Reaver.
It got shiny modelled.
It did get shiny modelled, so hopefully that'll be over now. How about yourself? Any favourite bits so far?
Only punching the brass scorpion in the face.
Punching the brass scorpion in the face, it exploded but didn't go apocalyptic, sadly. I can't kill those Terminators, they won't die. Damn you! Pat, how about yourself?
All that's happened for me is I lost my spirit host, so not really.
Oh, yeah, we did nuke his Wraith Guard. There was a big unit of Wraith Guard in the middle, and we killed all. 20 Wraith Guard, and we killed it all. Pete, how about yourself?
Lots of fighting over there.
That is literally just Pete's corner over there. So we're sending Pete into the corner where he normally goes, and he's literally just beating stuff up. So yeah, a manic turn. Matt, have you...
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, have I missed anything, guys? Anything dramatic, huge happening?
Not really.
Well, that is the end of turn 1, guys. Hundreds of models have died. We've taken them off with a dustpan and brush, and that is the reserves. So that's ours, and that all up there is theirs. Poo. So I will see you at the end of turn 2. See you in a bit. Right, guys, so we've got a little bit of a break now. The bad guys have just had their turn 2 movement. So that's what the board's looking like now. So not a bad one at all. Just to sort of say, so as a better camera angle, have a look at Warhammer World here. So it's set up as the inside of a castle, so you can see the scale of it. It's a huge warehouse-sized wall with banners on the wall with artwork. You've got like huge walls. I mean, Flesh Terror, do you want to just stand by that just so you can see the scale? He looks so tiny! Huge walls inside. Cheers, dude. Then we've got all around here some paint stations for guys to paint at. He is a tiny man, bless him. Then we've got, as I say, just amazing tables like the snowboard. You've got like the huge city board here, and like an Acropolis board. And then you've got the Warhammer World store, which I'm not going to go inside to film, but as you can see, it's a pretty substantial building, and you can get Forge World in there. So it's a really quite amazing place, guys. If you ever get a chance to visit, do. And we're going to take you on a bit of a tour of the rest of the place. Hi guys, I'm going to be quite quiet for this one because we are in the miniatures hall, which is kind of like the crown jewel of Games Workshop's Warhammer World. So what they do is every army you've seen from White Dwarf, the codexes, from history, from painting competitions, generally finds its way into here. So as you can see, really quite a substantial room here. That's not the wall. If I just go over this way, it's over here. So I'm going to take you on a brief tour just to show you. So they do things like the mock-ups of the models that they've made. So some 3-ups or 4-ups of Horrors, Beastmen, the Island of Blood Griffin, the old, really old first tanks that we did, you know, that we used. I'm sure you'll recognise if you're an old style gamer. Wow, look at that, the full size. I mean, if we put my hand there, they're enormous. They are probably 2 or 3 times, 3-ups. Yeah, very nice. So generally they're done in sections. So these are the slightly older models. So if you're an old style gamer, you'll recognise things like this. The old school orcs. Some really old school Empire down at the bottom, absolutely lovely. As we go around, we've got the Big Tooth River designs, which came out way back when with AD Wood, who I've actually seen here today. Who got, really is the reason I got into 40k. And then huge dioramas like this one here. I think this was a Warhammer Quest one. Mike McVeigh apparently, fantastic. And you'll see, look, if you're an old school White Dwarfer or hobbyist, you'll recognise some of these. You've got Warmaster, Inquisitor, Mordheim, Epic down at the bottom, Blood Bowl, Gothic, Necromunda. Fantastic stuff. I apologise if you can't hear me, guys, but I want to be quite quiet. So, and then we just start going through everything, all the armies. It's a really cool Dreadfleet display. Very underrepresented game, really cool, some really nice models, especially when painted to that standard. That's beautiful. And then we go around and we've got all these different armies. We've got Chaos, Skaven, this is fantasy of course. You've got, oh god, Ogres and Tomb Kings. You've got Dark Elves and Wood Elves. Wow, that's quite something. If you remember back from the Fantasy White Dwarf guys, and they had that huge siege engine for the orcs. That's it there, that's really cool. I think that's made from scratch, from wood.
Yeah.
That's really nice. And then again we've got dioramas, and even scratch built ships with rigging. That's really impressive. Orcs and Goblins, a lot of Orcs and Goblins. Got Bretonnians. Tell you what, nothing looks much nicer than a fully painted Bretonnian army. Very nice. And the old Lustrian Lizardmen. Now some people come to Warhammer World to figure out what might be coming next. And if you noticed, there's no Lizardmen in the shelves, so mystery, who knows. But remember that White Dwarf does work several months in advance. So got the new dwarf, well, say the new dwarves, you've got current dwarves. Got the Empire along with that wonderful piece of scenery which was in the fantasy hardback rulebook. It's obviously bigger than this, but it's still lovely to see it at such a minute scale. Absolutely fantastic. Got a Forge World area, so we've got the Revenant, we've got the Bombers, and the Proteus and the converted items here and the Cobra. Then we've got some really cool Lord of the Rings stuff. I do have a soft spot for Lord of the Rings, especially for Easterlings, and it's not played very much, which is a shame. But I want to get my Easterling army kind of off the ground with this. Oh wow, the old Balrog there in that really funky pose. That's really nice. And some lovely models here. Again, so moving into the Gondor armies. Army of the Dead. Lost Kingdoms. Oh wow, there you go guys, here's the 9 ring wraiths all on fell beasts. That's absolutely superb.
All individually converted as well.
All individual, all converted to look like the parts, and you've got Witch King taking on Theoden. That's really cool. The ambush at Weathertop. Lovely stuff. We've got some more of the Lord of the Rings Fellowship models, some beautiful Gandalf models there. Absolutely lovely.
Peter Jackson Hobbit.
Peter Jackson Hobbit, brilliant.
There's only 2 of them in the world.
2 of them in the world, and you've just seen one. Brilliant. And then some more Forge World iconic pieces. You've got the Dragon, which I believe Flesh Terror is working on at the moment.
I've got one of those, yes.
Very nice. Reaver Titan, one of those. 2 of those on the table downstairs with us. 6 of those on the table downstairs with us. 5? 5.
5 of the Mars pattern, and then we've got 1 Lucius pattern. So.
Ah, yes. And that iconic Deathcore of Krieg one there, that's lovely. So, moving into the 40k section. We've got the Mine Pig, which turned up in the Space Marine game, no less. They liked it that much, that's really cool. Some Orc stuff. And weirdly, a Valkyrie in the middle of it. So, that's not an Orc one, so I think that's just found its way.
On the side's nice.
Yeah, I tell you what, that is lovely. I don't know if you can make it out, guys, but that is some lovely freehand on the side. You got the Tau. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking about wanting Tau and yada yada yada. So, look, no Tau. Maybe they are redoing it. Who knows? Let's add fire to that rumour mill. But the Necrons who have just been redone are missing 2. So who knows what's happening there? Maybe they've got a Tau Necron battle report.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Campaign maybe.
Campaign, anything. Got the Dark Eldar. Very nice. Demons are missing 2. I imagine they've got plenty of places to be right now with the new releases. Some beautiful Tyranids. The bit I love the most, the Chaos. And what's interesting here, guys, is the Iron Warriors are all missing. The World Eaters are missing. Some lovely Red Corsairs. I'll be doing some at some point. What are they called? I know which ones I mean, but I can't. There's a specialist name for those. They're not Death Guard, but they are
They use the Death Guard rules.
Yeah, Death Guard rules, so I'll look that up in a bit. And then we've got, now that is an iconic model right there, guys. If you've seen the artwork, that is there is Horus, the Arch Traitor, and Fool he is. You've got Sanguinius and the Emperor there too.
Some seriously cool modelling.
Yeah, and that is 1993 that was done. So I was 6.
19 years ago, yeah.
Scary. They don't tell people how, well, yeah, it tells people how old I am. Never mind, too late. But the old Space Hawk one, that's 1989. My God, absolutely amazing.
I was 1.
And we've got the Eldar here as well. Again, people saying that they need a new book. Having just played against them, they're doing all right without their hideous army. But stuff missing again. Who knows? Then we've got the Grey Knights and Sisters. Absolutely lovely models. Do like the Sisters models. Who knows? Maybe they'll get done in plastic at some point. We don't know. The Grey Knights. And then this one has to be Guard because it's packed full of stuff. And there's actually 2 whole cabinets to this. There's Guard, Valhallans, Catachans. He's got one with a cowboy hat. Brilliant.
So the ones that I'm wanting to make into Renegades. I love the Steel Legion there.
Yeah, I think keep an eye on Flesh Terror's channel for that too, because I think that'd be really cool. Check out the extended Baneblade cannon there as well. That's really cool.
Vostroyans would be quite nice.
And the Vostroyans down at the bottom. Fantastic. Then we've got a load of Guard, a load of Cadians missing here, so who knows?
Possibly campaign.
Maybe, yeah. We don't know. That's the bottom line of it.
Quite simply.
So we've got some Salamanders, some Raven Guard. That's the White Scar shelf, conspicuously empty. Space Wolf shelf, conspicuously empty. We've got some Templars, Templar Crusade 01. No longer a Templar Crusader, no, he's he's the original Imperial Fist guy, so we've got some fists down here. After the Crimson Fist, one of my personally favourite chapters. And there are your bright yellow custard marines, which we're going to be blatting during the heresy, so keep an eye out for that. And we've got the Blood Angels here, which is really cool, really nice shelf.
Close note on these guys.
No, the Flesh Tear. There's only 6. Like 5, in fact.
It doesn't matter.
They're
a dying chapter, that's all they need.
Yeah, that's all of them. That's all of the Flesh Tearers that are left. Then we've got, nice, they've got some really lovely individual models here, which I think these are actually the original models. Oh no, maybe not. I thought they were the original models that had been photographed, but
no.
That one I think could well be. Some very nice models here, guys.
Don't think that one is.
Might not be.
No, I think that's a rework.
And then finally, the Ultramarine shelf. Always the iconic Space Marine chapter. Again, it's conspicuously empty. So, that, guys, is a wonderful place to visit if you get a chance to come to Warhammer World. Come check it out, and we're going to get back to our game. See you in a bit. Right, guys, we've come to the end of did a quick turn 3, didn't we? So we did a quick turn 2, and then we really raced into turn 3 because we're running out of time. So this is the battlefield at the end of the day. So quite a lot has happened here, as you can see. There's some really quite big, massive holes in the battlefield that have gone on. So basically, these guys kept advancing, pouring fire into the quite sparsely kind of held guys in turn 2. We didn't kill anything really of note. We just carried on doing damage to them. Then their turn 2 rolled around, and they brought on loads of flyers, they brought on all their titans, started opening fire. They took down the Warlord, which exploded with an apocalyptic explosion. One of our tanks over here exploded in an apocalyptic explosion, took out 5,000 points of Flesh Tearers' army, just in one massive bubble here. We brought the Thunderhawk on, we were still rumbling across the battlefield. Kaldor, Drago and Abaddon just there have been dueling in the heart of this maelstrom of battle for the past 3 turns. Kaldor's on 1 wound, Abaddon's on 1 wound, but they couldn't quite finish each other off, so it was quite a major fight there. They walked, so their Titans walked on, blasted the snot out of our Warlord. Turn 3 shooting, we replied, took down the Reaver, took down the Warhound, did some damage to the flyers. As their flyers came on, so they came on with 3 Storm Ravens, 3 Eldar flyers, and we used the Interceptor rule, which is the Manticores and the Hydra have, which allows them to fire at the end of the enemy shooting. So we blew one of the Eldar flyers and all 3 Storm Ravens out of the sky in their movement phase, which was very satisfying. But yeah, it was a little bit too little too late. We couldn't get any damage on the Phantom because of its invulnerable save. So we killed that. Then the Phantom, the Pulsars from the Scorpion over there, and a lot of the flyers teamed up and bagged the last 3 of our Titans, one of which went apocalyptic and blew a nice big hole out of here, taking most of the Obliterators. Absolutely manic battle, guys. Typhus jumped out of there and took on a load of Paladins. And just wiped them out there. The Revenant came along, absolutely obliterated a load of those. If we got the Greater Demon over there into combat, we didn't quite make it. Yeah, a really epic game, guys. So we got the middle board section, but it was really 2-1 really to the good guys there. So the Guard have been wiped out. Operation Meat Shield really kind of worked there. Abaddon's been dueling with Kaldor Drago, but really quite fittingly, just as the Chaos Forces began to falter, his demon weapon rebelled. He wasn't able to attack, but he passed his invulnerable, yeah. So he survived, but you can imagine him, saying, right, that's enough, and calling the recall. So Abaddon's returned to his flagship, taking the remnants of his army with him, and leaving the Blood Angels, the Eldar, and the Blood Angels and the Eldar and the Space Wolves really to count the cost there, because what an epic fight that was. So we got just about 3 turns in, using the new 6th Ed. So what to say about 6th Ed? It's made super heavies very squishy, we warn you now, because if you're hit with a strength D AP1 weapon, that is +3 on the chart. So far from we can read it, you roll a dice and a roll of a 6, that is a chain reaction, which means that you lose 3 hull points, or structure points. You also lose another one for a penetrating hit, and then you have the chain reaction, which is another hit. So you don't take another hull point from that penetrating hit, but you do roll another dice and you still add that plus whatever the weapon was. So a lot of the times our weapons were taking down Titans in one shot because it was critical hit after critical hit after critical hit, taking them down. Strength D is still very powerful. As you might imagine, the flyers are fantastic. Really cool, banking around the battlefield, engaging in dogfights, anti-aircraft weapons, taking them down and blowing them out of the sky. What was really cool was the flying transports got taken out and they crashed to the ground, and unfortunately the guys inside pretty much got wiped out to a man by the damage they inflicted. So I think that's really, it's harsh, but it's balanced. Combat was really cool, shooting made a lot of sense. And generally just an awesome game. So a couple of the guys have nipped out, but we've got Flesh Terror there, we've got Shadow Angel 88, we've got Pat there as well, and David and Pete have made this a superb game, so thank you to those guys. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. It's been a very epic fight. I appreciate the bat rep has been a bit rushed, but there's been so much going on. We've only had 7 hours, maybe 7.5 hours to get this game done, which you imagine 40,000 points aside is not a lot of time at all. So what I will say is that what's important to know, guys, is that the good guys played very tactically. We played very kind of yeah, kill everything. So they didn't bring a lot of their stuff on till turn 2, which was near the end. So Dell still had all of this left to bring on. So I think if we were to play again on a slightly larger board, we would have said, let's put everything on from the start and just go from there. Because
it's just room more than anything, seriously.
Yeah, just no room. And a little bit of tactical playing, but you know what? At the end of the day, it was cool. There's our dead pile over there, or at least some of it. Go on then, so Shadows Angel, what was your favourite bit of that game then?
Oh God, there's so many. Well, one, the big apocalyptic explosions, which are always good.
Yeah.
The big showdown with Abaddon against.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Really cool bit of a story bit there. But no, just generally an awesome game. Really good atmosphere. It's not, nice to have play an apocalypse game where everything flows quite nicely.
Yeah.
They were, not searching through rule books to find stuff and things like that. But no, apart from that, really cool game.
Awesome. Well, Dale, let me shake your hand.
Anytime.
There we go. Thank you. Right. Flesh Terror, go on. What was your favourite bit?
Seeing my entire army get annihilated in one shot. There's something so rewarding about watching an army that you've lovingly painted for hours and hours on end disappear in a single shot.
Yeah, it was a dustpan moment, wasn't it? Just a brush to sweep it off the board.
It was amazing, just scooping all those guardsmen off.
And a building.
And a building.
And all the tanks.
A building, the tanks, the lot.
And my Havocs, thank you for that.
Yep, it's all good. It's all good. If you will put them in my building, I will blow it up.
That's not a euphemism. There we go. So, well done, Matt. So Pat, what was your favourite bit of the game for you?
When my Phantom came on and essentially annihilated half your army.
Yeah, that was a painful moment. Thank you. So cool. Any other highlights for you?
No, not much happened to me. I just kept dying.
I'll tell you what. Good game, man. Good game. So, guys, personal highlight for me. So, some very cinematic moments. So, as I said before, it's a brilliant moment. The lines of the enemy form. They've started moving forward, and the Space Marines have literally said, right, engage. There's going to be a huge space battle raging above, and the pods have gone through this space battle and launched the cream of the Blood Angels right into the heart of the army to take on these Titans. You've launched all these melter guns, you've taken down some of the prime war engines of the enemy, but you've died in the attempt. That's so what it should be about, fighting to the last man around their drop pods. Then we had Abaddon and his honor guard fighting through, so we had 10 Khorne Terminators with lightning claws, 6 attacks each on the charge, and they charged Khaldor Drago, slaughtered his bodyguard, issued a challenge, and Abaddon has just been dueling with Jep Drago with this kind of black ring of Terminators, claws crackling, surrounding him. Other great ones, just the Titans striding onto the battlefield, like this lone, thin line of defence which managed to hold back all these weapons of mass destruction, and then finally the big Titans come on to save the game. Oh,
sorry, I'm just...
Go for it.
got a bigger mention.
Oh God!
The chaplain has got to get a mention.
So this chaplain survived how many hits that would have killed him instantly? At least 20.
Yeah,
More
good
strength
number.
D than can.
More strength D. Basically, Flesh Terror just had an obsession with killing this chaplain and failed miserably. You have failed me for the last time. Just could not kill him. Dale refused to fail any invulnerable saves.
Yoink.
Put him in the bin. Okay, so we've had a couple of the other guys. So David, as the organiser here, did you enjoy that game?
Yes, I did, very much so.
So what was your favourite but your highlight for that game?
Probably all the chain reaction apocalyptic explosions.
Cool, yeah, I'd agree with you.
Reaver with thunderbolts.
Boo! Boo, yeah, my Reaver died for the second time, properly this time, by getting nuked with autocannons, would you believe? 2 glancing hits, took away its last 2 hull points, down it went, didn't explode in any kind of particular fashion, but you know what? Fair play to the Thunderbolts. So they converted Orc bombers. To be honest, you know what? They look really quite nice. They look the part. So kudos to you there, Dave. So thank you very much. And then, so, always important. Shake hands there, Dave. Thank you very much.
No problem, thank you.
Awesome. And then Pete, who's desperately packing away now. Before we pack away, go on. What was your favourite part of that game then, Pete?
Lots. It's too many.
Go on, drop us a couple.
My Terminators killing lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's always a good point.
A load of Paladins killed them. My Plague Tower wiped out a load of Patrick's vehicles, which was my Demon Prince killed lots of things before it died, really. Epic fails, and then lots of epic fails of 2-up saves with lots of 1s.
Oh no. Well, Pete, I know you've got your hands full. You got a hand free for a shake?
Yeah.
Well done, Pete. Thank you very much. So guys, that is the end of this battle. Thank you very much. Goodbye from Flesh Terror. Goodbye from Angels 88 over there, Shadow Angel 88, and all the others. And goodbye from myself, Black Legion Braskar, bidding you goodbye and good night over this Valley of Destruction. And we will be back, we will return. See you later, guys.